Global warming is a problem. The Earth is getting too hot, and everyone is panicking about carbon footprints and solar panels. But that is thinking small. If your coffee is too hot, you don't change the atmosphere of a kitchen, you drop an ice cube in the mug. So, let's solve the climate crisis by drilling a hole straight to the center of the Earth and dropping in a compressed block of ice the size of Texas. What could possibly go wrong? Spoiler alert everything. First, we need a hole. We are ignoring the fact that the deepest hole humanity has ever drilled, the Kola super deep borehole, barely scratched the surface. We are boring through 4,000 miles of rock, magma, and crushing pressure to reach the iron core. Let's say our stick figure engineer Steve manages this without melting his tree and accidentally releasing a pressurized fountain of liquid magma that covers the hemisphere in lava. Good job, Steve. Now, we drop the ice. This is where gravity betrays us. As the ice falls, it converts gravitational potential energy into kinetic energy. The formula for this is potential energy equals mass times gravity times height. Since the height is 4,000 miles and the mass is, well, Texas-sized, that is a number with enough zeros to make a calculator cry. By the time the ice hits the core, it is not moving like a gentle snowflake. It is moving at hypersonic speeds. When it slams into the molten iron core, two things happen simultaneously, and both of them are bad. First, the impact. That massive amount of kinetic energy defined as 1/2 mass times velocity squared instantly converts into heat. By trying to cool the Earth, the act of dropping the ice actually generates a massive spike of thermal energy. We have successfully made the core hotter. Second, the phase change. The ice doesn't just melt, it flash bowls into steam. When water turns to steam, it expands to roughly 1,600 times its original volume. But it has nowhere to go. It is trapped in a narrow tube under the weight of the entire planet. The Earth is now essentially a pressure cooker with the safety valve welded shut. The pressure wave shoots back up the borehole faster than you can say thermodynamics. The result: the structural integrity of the crust fails. The pressure blows the outer layer of the Earth off into space like the cork from a cheap bottle of champagne. The oceans boil off into the vacuum, the atmosphere is ejected, and Steve is currently leaving the solar system at a significant fraction of the speed of light. So, while we did technically stop global warming by removing the globe, we also turned the planet into a debris field. Maybe we should just stick to planting trees.